Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Chrono Cross. Let's get started with the green elements, the green techs. So I have specifically made sure that Turnip and Neofio are split up because they have a dual tech. So, and I will show off all of those at the end as well. Alright, so, Razly, I like that the name changes from Razstar to Elistar based on the name you give. That's a really nice effect. Elistar, Razstar, single enemy, catch a falling star. Bonk. That's fun. I like that one. Alright, and Raz Heart, Ella Heart. Single ally, a gift from the heart. And she is using the Floral Rod. It does some decent healing. And magic defense temporarily increased. Alright, and Ella Flower. All allies. Protect friends with flower power. Those are all very cute. Magic defense temporarily increased. Alright, next up. Karsh. Dragon Rider. A single enemy. Jump on your dragon to make a charge attack. Decent damage. You okay, Turnip? You just seem to be staring off into space. So there are 8 green characters again. I believe there's 8 for all of the colors except for black and white. Alright. Next up from Karsh, we got Axial Axe, all enemies. Send Aura into Axe and throw it in a circle. Pretty good damage and a hit all enemy tech, which is not too shabby. Karsh also has really high strength, like one of the better strengths in the game. So he is a very good green magic, a green element warrior. And his magic of 48 ain't nothing to sneeze at either. Like, I mean, his magic stat is pretty good. So he's a very good all-around character. Like, one thing that I'm not looking at is their grids, and I suppose I should. But you can see it when I pull up the menu. Not, you know, here in the fight very well, but... And Axiomatic. Single enemy. Spin axe around to build up power for final blow. That's very good damage. Alright, and Turnip. We got Veggie Chopper. Tech single enemy. Leap into the air and put full force behind a massive cut. I didn't even see a sword. I just saw his hand get gigantic. So I don't know. Alright, next up we've got Vegemite. Single enemy, burrow into the ground to do an uppercut from below. Pretty good damage. Wasn't even a type innate advantage there. And Veg Out. Single enemy. A secret power he doesn't talk about. I love the giant turnip heads. That's really good damage. And a pretty good level 3 attack from Rasley right there. Alright, so that is our first group of green characters. I'm actually not going to do Sprig, because we've already seen the doppelgangs. Like, that was a whole episode in and of itself. Alright, next up, green. Alright, Radius. And Glenn. And then who else do we have left? So we're going to skip Sprig. We've got Neofeo. And Van, yeah. Alright. Nope. Hit the wrong button. Hit the wrong button again. There we go. Alright. So we'll just do these two, and then we'll do the other two. Alright. Radius. We've got level 3, long shot, single enemy, hit foe from afar with Chi Aura. Pretty good damage right there. So unfortunately his stamina recovery is not the best. Glenn does have the twin Iron Lancers. Alright, quick draw, single enemy, swing your sword faster than the eye can see. Also pretty good damage. He's actually pretty good damage-wise. His stats aren't the best, but he's got decent magic. He's got decent strength. So nothing to sneeze at there. And it just feels like the damage output from his attacks is a little bit higher than some others. Alright, finally, Vital Energy. A single enemy, send wave of Chi Aura flying at foe. And pretty good damage there. His only downside is that he doesn't have any, like, hit all enemy attacks. So we got Dash and Gash from Glenn. A single enemy, build up momentum for a stronger slash attack. 841, pretty good damage. And he's got good stamina recovery, too. Sonic Sword, single enemy, death blow taught to him by his late big brother. Very good damage. And let's see. Finally, dive and drive. Single enemy, pierce foe from above, and finish with a kick. Very good damage. He doesn't actually, like, use the second sword in that, but it's okay, right? Just bonk him with that flower run. Also, there is no way that those swords fit into those scabbards either. Alright. So that is our second batch of green characters. And finally, let's get Neofeo and Van in. Okay, Neofeo. Start out with Pop, Pop, Pop. All enemies shoot forth a barrage of flower seeds. pretty good damage. Early on, Neofeo does not have very high strength, so that does end up doing very little damage against some very high defense enemies, which is very unfortunate. Like, that's a big problem with some of the characters, is that you'll take them into fights and they will, to be perfectly honest, be useless because they just don't do enough damage because of the high defense of enemies, or some enemies early on. Slurp Slurp, single enemy, send out tendrils to soak up a foe's hit points. Like, it's easy to forget that at this point. And there is an element of, like, paying attention to how good they are now kind of overlooks how not good some of them are when you get them. I don't know. Let's see. Bam, bam, bam. Tech a single enemy, gather roots into one limb to slam down foe. Wow, and you also just pierce your roots right into it. That's very good damage there. Alright, and here we have from Van, jump throw, single enemy, a technique learned from a correspondence course. That was really good damage, wow. I don't know why some people's level 3s just seem better than their 5s and 7s. I mean, some of it can be down to, like, some of them are physical attacks, some of them are magic attacks, for sure. And your physical strength is almost, you know, it's always going to be higher than the magic stat. But even then, I don't know, feels different. Modify field, throw artists' paint pots all over the place, so this will not do any damage. But it is a way to get a full-on field effect early on. The downside being that you're not always going to get what you want. Like, this would be red, which, you know, not doing any help here. All right, finally, a piggy boink. All right, so the limit that you can have on the piggy bank is 600. It's 300 until you get the upgraded piggy bank from the Another Worlds go. Then you can put in up to 600, and there is a chance that the piggy bank breaks when you do this, thus losing all the money. So until I went and did that, and I always kept forgetting to go and do that in the main LP. Until I went and did that, I thought it was just a case. I didn't even realize that it could break and thus lose the money. I thought it was just you know, you just put in lots and lots of money. But no, it's not really that much money, and there's a chance for it to be lost. You can't take it out, so it doesn't matter anyway. It just means you have to go back and put more in. So I believe I have a full amount in, but I may only have 300. I cannot remember. But piggy boink time. That is adorable. Didn't say anything about it breaking, so I do not know. Oh, you know what? I should just yeah, go ahead and slap it down. All right, so that is all of our green characters. Next up, let's go ahead and do yellow. All right, in we go. Yellow has some of the, like, Yellow has very powerful warriors, terrible spellcasters. Like, it's a very, very physical group of people. I mean, Zoa, Viper, Leah, very good physical attackers. Poshal's a good physical attacker. And then, unfortunately, you got some of the less important, like less useful characters. Fungi, I mean, okay, but doesn't do a whole lot of damage overall compared to others. Sneff, I really should have felt. I really do feel like Sneff should have been a lot stronger in the magic realm, because he does magic. Like, that's the point. So I don't know, but anyway, let's go ahead and start off with Zoa's Dragon Rider. Single enemy, jump from your steed to do an elbow crush dive. Decent damage. And of course, the people tend to be slow in this group too. Geronimo, a single enemy, fly like a helicopter to make a spinning dive. It's a pretty good damage. Alright, next up. Glad that we have 3 enemies here. Toss and spike, single enemy, throw a foe high in the air, then beat him back down. I like that slide. So, very good damage from him. Alright, Norris. Spiral Ray, single enemy, shoot a twisting ray of aura from your pistol. See, unfortunately, like, damage-wise, it's just does not stand up to what Zoa was just doing. Norris does have decent stamina recovery, at least. Sun Shower, all enemies fire aura in the air to cause a rain of bullets. It's okay damage. Next up. And finally, at top shot, single enemy fires a concentrated ball of aura energy. That was really good damage. Wow. Alright. Then, G-Force, single enemy, utilize gravity's pull to swing sword harder. Again, decent damage. So, like, almost everyone in yellow is a physical attacker, primarily. Fungi is decent. Leah is excellent. Mel is a thief and not a physical attacker. Norris is decent. Poshal, physical attacker. Sneff, Viper, good physical attacker. Zoa, good physical attacker. So it's like, it's a very physical heavy group, and by contrast, no good spellcasters in the group. Like in white, Riddell is the best spellcaster. Stina is a good mixture. In black, you got Guile, who's one of the best spellcasters. Harley, who's one of the best spellcasters. Red, Mickey and Kid are... Mickey's very good. Kid is pretty good, I think. I think Matcha's okay. And most of the rest are physical attackers. Blue, you've got Irene's and Lena as magic attackers. And physical attackers-wise, you've got Nikki's pretty good too. And then in blue, I mean, physical attacker-wise, you got Orlha and Fargo, who are both very good. Then green, you've got Rasley, who's very good at spellcasting, Karsh, who's decent, Radius, who's decent, and Karsh is a great physical attacker as well, so I don't know, like, the other groups have well-balanced people, and then yellow is just, like, mostly physical attackers. It's very odd. Anyway, Air Force. All enemies make huge blades of thin air and hurl them at foes, so let's go ahead and hold off on that. We'll do Flag Bearer first, because that is self. Hoist the national flag to boost fighting spirit. And I kind of feel like this should have been an all allies one. So it does heal, all powers temporarily increase. Okay, fair enough. But it is like a lot of these that is just like one single ally. It's like have those, you know, like you get spells for that, you got elements for that. Have the text do more than what that does. So then Air Force, which hopefully will do a fair bit of damage because all powers are increased. Yeah, that was pretty good. Alright, so that is the first batch of yellow characters. Next up, we have... Let's get Poshul in. Let's see who else do I have. Yeah, alright. And Relief Charm. And get Leah in. There we go. Alright, so again, like these characters are all basically physical attackers. Leah, the best physical attacker in the game. With the best hit points in the game. So a rock throw, single enemy, hurl huge boulders at opponent. Where did those come from? She's a little slow, which is unfortunate, but that's about it. Then a tailspin, a single enemy, swirl a tail around to create a tornado attack. Pretty good damage there. And finally, we got a triple kick. A single enemy, leap up and kick from 3 different directions. $844 is pretty good. Alright, Poshul, Canine Ball. Curl up into a ball and bounce at foe. There we go. Alright, next up. Alright, Doggy done it. All enemies kick up the dirty stuff from Pooch's sandbox. This is so terrible. When you think about it. Oh, it's so good. So good. Inspiration from Live Alive, perhaps. I don't know. Alright, and finally, Unleashed. Single enemy. Unlock dog collar to unleash pooch power. Poochel might be related to Choo Choo. I don't know. All right. Next up, we got from Fun Guy, Lumberjack. Single enemy, make like a woodcutter and chop foe to pieces. Nice. All right. He does have decent stamina recovery, at least. Spore Cloud, single enemy. Shoot a cloud of spores from your mushroom cap. And then finally, there are no enemies, so I gotta go. You gotta leave and come back in. Dang it. You always hope that there's enough enemies here, and then there isn't. It's rude. Alright, finally. Myconoids. Single enemy, release an army of mini mushrooms onto your foe. I love the flag. That's great. Oh, they're so adorable. That's pretty good damage. Alright. 407 from a single strong attack. It's pretty good. Alright. So, finally, we have Mel and Sniff. So yeah, Sniff doesn't have, like, strength, nothing to write home about. Magic, I mean, 43, I guess, is okay, but Mel is better at magic. Not as good at, with strength, but, like, that basically puts Mel as the spellcaster in the group. And it's not the best. So, it's a little disappointing. Alright, let's see. Let's go with Snatch, steal your opponent's possessions. I like that little tantrum she does. A little pout. Alright, and then Doodle, single enemy. Use your opponent as a piece of drawing paper. And then it does damage, which is bonkers. Alright, next up, we've got Tantrum. All enemies stamp on the ground so hard it causes quakes, which is pretty impressive for a scrawny little child. Yeah, it's decent damage there. Alright, and finally... Alright, fine. You can get your fireball off first. Okay, first of all, big deal. Single enemy, swiftly and forcefully throw your pack of cards. Yeah, not great damage there. It's kind of a shame. Let's see. HP Shuffle is not going to do anything at all right now. This is a bad tech. This is just a bad tech as well. Because, like, the idea is that it will do some healing kind of thing. Which, I mean, A, I'm at full hit points, and B, that's 777 hit points, so it doesn't matter. But, I don't know. It's just, that's... And it's random, so it has the potential to heal, but why, like, why would you use it? I guess it has, like... I mean, at this point, you're looking at 700 hit points. When you get him, he's got, 100 some. So I guess the idea is that, like, you're hoping that you've got, like, if you get knocked down to 40 hit points or something like that, or not even 40, but, like, you're hoping that it puts it up at, like, 400 and then just fully heals you, I guess. But it's too chance-based. Too niche in when it is useful, because, like, if you have 300 hit points, you get knocked down to 111, then you don't want to use it, even though you want healing. So, yeah, it's not good. And finally, Sword Trick. Single enemy, a new magic trick like never seen before, except for the time that I showed it off in the Let's Play. Man, that's just mean. I mean, it's decent damage, though. Alright, and that is all of the yellow techs. And that is going to wrap up this episode. So when we come back next time, all we have left is black and blue. There are 8 blue characters and 6 black characters. There's technically 7, but 1 being Link's. So there's only 6 to show off. But that will be next time. See you then, everyone.